back over to Studio Blue, where Sam is talking to Pippa Davies.
Hello, Pippa. You're interviewing for the role of Faculty Rep Sciences. So do we need to tell you what the role is about?
Sciences Faculty Rep. As part of the Academic Representation Network, students are supported by over 450 reps and the student engagement team at USU.
Okay, so I've read through your manifesto and I'd like to go through your points. So the first one you talked about is having more departmental study spaces. So I'd like to ask you, why do you think this is important, and why do you think having departmental study spaces is better than just having spaces in, say, the library?
So two main reasons, really. Studying together is part of creating a community in a department, and whilst, yes, we have the library and the Spring Lane building, these aren't specific to your department, and obviously a lot of humanities and arts subjects tend to focus their studies there. So it'd be nicer for us to have our own spaces, but also we're getting more beds. There's colleges being built on the other campus, and where is the logic in not having more study spaces to accommodate for that?
Okay, and how would you like to see this implemented if you were to get this role?
Ideally, they'd be within departments, but obviously space-wise that's not always feasible. It would be potentially an idea to have some outdoor study spaces, and if they were undercover, you could make use of them in bad weather as well. But I would go to faculty forum and have these discussions.
Okay, yes. And your second point was about having paper-free hand-ins. Why do you think this is something that's important?
So obviously we're in an age of sustainability. It's on everyone's mind at the moment, and lots of paper hand-ins means lots of trees being cut down. Nurses, their reimbursement forms are 17 pages and they're printing them off every 2 weeks. And that's every student on placement, which is ridiculous when forms can be submitted online.
Okay, yeah, but how do you think this would work with forms that are difficult to submit online, such as those in physics and maths?
We all have access to computers. There's computers in the library, there's computers in departments, and the printers, it'd be very easy to scan in. Like, if you've done work on paper, then scan it in. Okay,
yes. And your final point was on getting more constructive feedback on your assessments. How do you find where do you think the balance is between getting good constructive feedback and actually getting quick feedback from hand-in to feedback coming back?
I think it's important to make sure that markers are using all of the 4 weeks. Like, it's not a race to get the marks out as fast as possible. And I know that's the case in some departments. They try and get it out as quickly as possible rather than making use of the whole time. But also more consistency between markers, making sure that there's a marking criteria that every marker is focusing on and meeting all of those points.
Yeah, how do you think that consistency could be achieved?
I don't know the answer to that, but hopefully I can find that out by working with the faculty forum.
Lovely. And just in the last couple of minutes, is there anything else you would like to add to tell people why they think you should vote for you for Faculty Rep Sciences?
So I've had 3 years experience working as a course rep and department rep. So I've worked a lot with USU on my own department. Whilst the university did end up creating a policy itself, opt-out policy for lecture capture itself, after we did it, that me and 3 other course reps actually lobbied for it in our own department, and we got it passed. So I have successfully lobbied the uni for changes.
Okay, and just in the last 30 seconds, which of your 3 points do you think is the most important? Which one would you choose if you could only pick one?
The more departmental study spaces. I think it's like people come to university to make friends and to study and have a sense of community.
Okay, thank you very much, Pippa. So now let's come back to Studio Red.
Hello, in Studio Red we're joined by